Hello everybody, this is Mr. Ahmed Abdelfattah and this is our EMSAT class number 6. Today inshallah we are going to focus on some grammatical items. And now let's start with the first sentence. Here are the keys. Give it, I can say it, and we have here keys is plural. Keys is plural. So we can't use singular it to refer to a plural noun with s, like keys. Your father, they, again, they is a subject pronoun. We need an object pronoun. محتاجين ضمير مفعول به وليس فاعل. Give them to your father. Yes, here we are. This is the correct answer. Give them. Them is an object pronoun, ضمير مفعول, which refers to keys. So we can use them to refer to keys. So this is the correct answer. The last one, your father, theirs. Theirs is a possessive pronoun. Possessive pronoun. This is something else. Okay. So the answer is going to be give them to your father. Number 2, I bought a sandwich. I didn't eat it. So these are two contradicting sentences. These are two contradicting sentences, the opposites. When you buy a sandwich, you should eat it. But the sentence says, I bought a sandwich, I didn't eat it. So we need a conjunction, a linking word from FANBOYS. FANBOYS. These conjunctions connect two simple sentences together to make a compound sentence. F for, A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, S for so. So these are called FANBOYS. They make compound sentences, جمل مركبة. So here we should choose which one? But. Because but connects two contradicting sentences. So it's going to be like this. I bought a sandwich, but I didn't eat it. And by the way, the word sandwich can be pronounced in many different ways. You can say sandwich, 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 or sandwich in 4 different ways. Let's move on to number 3. Do you want to go out? Are you too tired? So again, FANBOYS, connectives, and this time it's going to be or. Do you want to go out or are you too tired? There are two options. Two options, going out or staying at home. So when we have two options, we use or. Next, I got home and take care. Home doesn't take any prepositions before it. You say, I went home. I got home. I arrived at home. I got home, had something to eat, sat down in an armchair, fell asleep. So this is a list of some actions that I did. With lists, we use comma, comma, and before the last item, we use and. So I got home, this is number 1. Had something to eat, number 2. Sat down in an armchair, number 3, and finally fell asleep, number 4. So we use and before the last item in a list. Next, it was very hot. I opened the window. It was very hot. This is cause. I opened the window. This is effect. This is a result. So we need a conjunction that connects the cause and its effect. Of course, it's so. Yes. So we say, it was very hot. What happened? So I opened the window as a result. Again, we are still covering FANBOYS connectives. I opened the window. It was very hot. Now it's the opposite. I opened the window is the effect, the result. And it was hot is the cause. So now we are going to use because. I opened the window because it was very hot. Now this is called a complex sentence. Because connects two sentences together to make a complex sentence. This is جملة معقدة. It's not fanboy. Because is not one of the connectives which are called fanboys. Okay. Number 7, it began to rain. I was waiting for the bus. So we have two actions in the past. One was continuous, 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 waiting, 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 waiting. And the other one interrupted it. So the continuous is going to be past continuous. Was or were plus verb plus ing. يبقى I was studying, I was watching TV, they were playing football. What happened? The electricity went off. Past simple. I saw an accident. My father arrived. My mother called me. So these two tenses, past continuous and past simple, like so, I was driving. So these are usually connected using while or when. For example, I say, when I was driving, I saw an accident. While I was driving, I saw an accident. And I can put while and when in the middle of the sentence, between the two sentences. So I say, it began to rain while I was waiting for the bus. Or I can say, while I was waiting for the bus, it began to rain. But when I start with while or when, I need a comma. I need a comma after the bus because I need to stop for some time. While I was waiting for the bus, comma, it began to rain. Next, you the train if you don't hurry. This is F. We have said before that we have 4 types of F. 0, F. If you are hungry, eat something. Present, present. And F1, if you study, present, you will succeed. So will or can or must, any modal in the present plus the infinitive. F2, if you studied past, you would succeed. So would, could, might plus infinitive. F3, if you had studied, past perfect, you would have succeeded. So would have plus past participle. This is F3. And we said that we can have conditional mix. So we can take half from F2 and half from F3, or the opposite. Let's look at this. This is F1, because we have don't. Don't hurry is present. So this is F1. So we need will plus the infinitive. So if you will, we say if you don't hurry, you will miss the train, or the opposite. You will miss the train if you don't hurry. Of course, we can start with F, and it's going to be like this. If you don't hurry, comma, you will miss the train. So this is F1. Number 9, if again. If you, Sarah, tomorrow is future, can you ask her to call me? So this is F1. We don't have will, but we have can. The same. We can use will, can, may, any modal, but it should be in the present like this. I can say, will you ask her? May you ask her? And so on. So we need now something to express the future. Some people would say, might say, we will choose will see because we have tomorrow. I will say, no, no, no. This is not correct. Why? There is a rule that says after F, we can't use will. We use the present simple see for the future to express the future. But we can't use will in if clause. In the F sentence. في جملة F ممنوع نستخدم كلمة will حتى وإن كنا بنعبر عن الفيوتشر المستقبل وعندنا كلمة future tomorrow. So the answer is going to be C. If you see. If you see Sarah tomorrow, you can ask her to call me. Of course, I have told you before about the evidence. You can go to this excellent book, Essential Grammar in Use, and you see something like this. So F, as I can remember, is in unit 99 and 100. So if we go to 99, here we are, 99 is if. If we go, if you see. And where is this grammatical point? If you see an tomorrow. See, present. We don't say if you will. After F, we use the present, not will. We say if you see, not if you will see. So we can't use future in F sentence. We use the present, see, and we refer to the future, of course. Okay. I have just wanted to show you the evidence because maybe some people are not convinced with this. You can refer back to this excellent reference book, Essential Grammar in Use, and you will find everything. So again, back again to our sentence. If you see Sarah tomorrow, can you ask her to call me? Number 10, Jane lives in a city. So this is a real situation. She likes cities. This is a fact. She be happy if she lived in the country. So again, this is if. Which type of if? Lived is past. So this is F2. And we use F2 for expressing a hypothetical situation. What does it mean, hypothetical situation? يعني موقف غير حقيقي. Impossible. If she lived in the country, so this is F2, we need would plus the infinitive. She would be. We don't have would be, but we have wouldn't. There is no problem. Not doesn't affect the F. Jane lives in a city. She likes cities. She wouldn't be happy if she lived in the country. So this is F2. And I have explained F in details before. You can go back to the Word document titled Mr. Ahmed Abdelfattah EMSAT, which I shared with you before. You will find F in details. It's explained with examples. Number 11. If we, again, F. If we captive breeding programs earlier, what does it mean captive breeding programs earlier? هذه برامج تربية الحيوانات زي الأسود والleopards. There is one program like this in Sharjah. They breed extinct animals that are exposed to the danger of being extinct. So if we captive breeding programs earlier, we would have prevented. So would have prevented, would have plus past participle, this is F3. So this is F3. So we need past perfect, had, and the past participle. So we need past perfect here. What does it mean, past perfect? Had plus past participle. Do we have this here? Yes. Had introduced. If we had introduced captive breeding programs earlier, we would have prevented the extinction of a number of animals. Extinction means الانقراض. So this is F3. F sentence is past perfect, had introduced, and the second sentence, the independent sentence, would have plus past participle. For example, you say, if I had got the money, I would have bought the iPhone yesterday. So this is F3. Next, if again. If it too expensive, we would have bought a Ferrari car. Would have bought, would have plus past participle. Again, this is F3. F3. So we need had plus past participle. We need past perfect here. Do we have past perfect? Had plus past participle? No. Wasn't, won't, was, be. So what's the solution? The solution is we are going to choose F2. If it wasn't too expensive, we would have bought a Ferrari car. What type of F is this? The first part is F2. F2. Past simple. Wasn't. And the second sentence is F3. So this is mix conditional. This is a mix. The first half from F2 and the second half from F3. And I said before that this is correct. And in the EMSAT exam, you usually have F3 or F mix. So take care. If, again, if. So I have tried to cover all F conditions. If more reserves, محميات طبيعية. Earlier, there would now be fewer animals in danger. Would be. Which type of F? Would plus be. Past participle. Would plus infinitive. So this is F2. So I expect the first one to be past simple. Like if more reserves were built. We don't have were built here. We don't have. So what's the solution? So this is a mix. So we need F3 in the first sentence. And it's going to be mix F3 with 2. Where is F3 here? Had set up is active. Reserves do not set up, but they had been set up. This is passive. So this is the correct answer. Had been, this is verb to be, and the past participle of set up, built. Had been built. If more reserves had been built earlier, there would now be fewer animals in danger. So this is, again, F mix. The first part is F3. This is F3. Past perfect, had been. And this is passive. دي جملة مبنية للمجهول. المحميات الطبيعية لا تبني وإنما تبنى. يبقى لو محميات طبيعية أكثر بنيت earlier أبكر, there would now be fewer animals in danger. كان عدد الحيوانات المعرض للخطر أقل الآن. يبقى دي اسمها F mix, خليط. النصف الأول منها F3 past perfect والنص الثاني F2. Of course, you need to go to F and read about it. And as I have told you, I have shared a document with you before. I'll just remind you of this, just to have a quick look at it. This is Mr. Ahmed Abdelfattah, EMSAT. Just open it. I have shared it with you before. And find and F. Just write F. This is F. Everything about F. So this is F0 because we don't have a modal. So we call it 0. If you are hungry, eat something. So this is present simple and the present simple. This is F1. This is F0. F1, if you study present, you will get a high mark. So this is F1. Present simple, and the second sentence will be will or can or may or must plus infinitive, like get, eat, go. F2, if I were a bird, I would fly high in the sky. So F plus past simple, and the second sentence will be would, could, might, past. The modal should be must, because should be past, because the F clause is past. And the F3, if he had studied, he would have got a high mark. So this is F3, F plus past perfect, and the second sentence is going to be would or could or might plus have plus past participle, like got, eaten, gone, been, and so on. Like if he had invited us, we would have attended the wedding. And I explained the mixed conditional in details before. I can say, if I saw, this is F2, so. If I saw Ali, I would have invited. This is F3. I would have invited him to my birthday party. So this is mix. F2 with F3. And we can make the opposite. If I had woken up early, had woken, past perfect. So this is F3. I would be at school now. This is F2. So I can mix F2 with F3. Okay, let's go back again. So the answer is going to be had been or been set up. You can say been or been. Both are correct. American and British, they are correct in both accents. You can say been or been.
Been. Been.
Been.
So both are correct.
Been.
Been.
Okay. 14. The factory, which, that, where, whose, was opened last week, employed 500 people. So these are called relative pronouns. So the factory is an exception. We use who for people. This is Mr. Ahmed Abdelfattah, who teaches us English. Which for things, which الغير العاقل. This is the house which my father bought last week. That for both. That بتستخدم للعاقل وغير العاقل. This is Mr. Ahmed who teaches us. This is the house which my father bought. ولكن الفرق بين that و which إن that مستحيل تيجي بعد كوما، ما ينفعش. إنما which وهو ينفع. عشان كده هنستخدم which. This is the factory which. لأن that صح. that على factory صح. But the problem is that we have a comma. بعد comma ما ينفعش نستخدم that. وهذه قاعدة اسمها defining and non-defining relative pronouns. that تيجي مع defining اللي هي without comma، يعني يكون جزء أساسي من الجملة. إنما which وهو عادي تيجي مع non-defining clause، مع عبارة مش أساسية في الجملة. يعني أنا لو شلت الجملة اللي بين قوسين هذه عادي الجملة كاملة. The factory employed 500 people. It's okay. Complete message. إنما that لا ما ينفعش. that لازم تكون جملة قسم من الجملة أساسي. لو شلناه الجملة ما يكون لها معنى. يبقى هنا بنقول the factory which was opened last week. We just give more description, more information about the factory. But if we delete it, there is no problem. So we can use which and who with comma. But that, no. We can't use that after a comma. Take care of this. Where is the place? This is the room where I study. Whose? The man whose car is red is my brother. Again, the factory. This time, the company. The same like the factory. The company, that is correct. Who is correct? Which is correct? How? How come? Some people would say the company is a thing. Company، ناس هتقول ده غير عاقل لازم ياخد which okay. إنما هو أيوة أنا أعني الناس اللي بتشتغل في المصنع, the people who are working in the company. So such group nouns like the team, the company, the factory, هذه فيها ناس, فممكن يكون المقصود الفاكتوري اللي هو الغير عاقل يبقى which, وممكن مقصود الناس the people in the company نقول who, وممكن قلنا that بتحل محل الاثنين لو ما عندي كوما بعد the company يبقى اقدر استخدم that كمان, ما عندي مشكلة. يبقى the company that or who or which made the first radio was set up in Marconi in Italy. So the answer is going to be C. That or who or which, all are correct with company. He is a man. Opinion I respect. We have man and we have opinion. This opinion belongs to this man. يعني الopinion ملك للرجل. إذا عندي مملوك شيء يملك يبقى على طول whose. يبقى نقول whose eyes, whose chair, whose دشداشة, whose job, whose father, whose hair. The man whose hair is blonde is my brother. The girl whose eyes are green is my sister. The man whose job is a doctor is our neighbor. So the answer is whose. Why whose? Because we have a position. عندنا شيء مملوك. عايزين نعرف ملك مين؟ ملك man. يبقى the man whose opinion, الرجل اللي بحترم رأيه, هذا هو الرجل الذي أحترم رأيه. What do you usually do Sundays? Yes, we have started prepositions, and this is a very important part of the English language. We need it for speaking, we need it for writing, and we need it for any grammar exam, including the EMSAT or ESOL or TOEFL. Even in ESOL and TOEFL, we have grammar items. These are international exams from Cambridge, like the IELTS test. So prepositions are very important. We need to memorize them because it's not enough that I have chosen just a random number of the prepositions. You need to go and memorize them, and I'll show you where to find these. What do you usually do? So we have here day. If we have the word day, any word including day like Sunday, Monday, birthday, national day, holiday, we take on. So we say on Sunday, on Monday, on Christmas Day, and so on. So the answer is on. Next, I usually wake up 5 o'clock. With hours, we choose which one? Yes, at. We say at 5 o'clock, at 7 o'clock. Do you know what does it mean? O apostrophe? Who knows? What does it mean? O apostrophe clock. This is the abbreviation of 5 of the clock. Of the clock. This is a clock. Maybe you haven't asked yourself before the meaning of a clock. Okay. The National Day is always celebrated December with the months of the years and years themselves. We use which one? On, in, at, for, of course, in. In with months in January, February, March, and in years in 1970. I was born in 1970. Are you going away the weekend? Some people will say at the weekend, and I will say at is British and on is also correct, on the weekend. But in the exam, if you have such a sentence, most likely it's going to be at, because the misat most likely is British. I don't think that the people who design the questions are Americans. Most likely they are going to follow the British accent. But in case, just you know this for yourself. At the weekend and on the weekend. Where is the evidence? It's a good idea that you are provided with evidence all the time, so that you are more self-confident when you use it. This is the word
weekend,
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 Look, at the weekend. This is British English. The office is closed at the weekend. So at is correct. And look at this. On the weekend. So on is also correct in American English. So the same sentence. The office is closed on the weekend. So this is the evidence. Both are correct. For this reason, I have included both. Are you doing anything Saturday night? Yes. We have Saturday, day takes on, and we have night, which takes at. We say at night. Which one are we going to use? At for night or on for Saturday? Of course, we are going to use on, because it's the closest to Saturday. Forget about night. On Saturday. We said that we use on with days, any day. Where will you be Christmas? I don't have day. Christmas only, without day. So which one is going to be correct? At, to, on, of course, at Christmas. Where will you be? Day, Christmas day. No, this time I will choose on, because I have day. I said with any word including day, we use on Christmas day. It's too late. I have to go home now. In, to, for, no preposition. What do you think? Some people would choose to. No, this is not correct. I'm afraid the answer is no preposition. Home doesn't take any prepositions. Go home, leave home, and so on. So it's too late. I have to go home now without any prepositions. This is an exception. The word home is exception. And I'll show you the evidence now. I am leaving next Monday. Which preposition are you going to choose? In, on, no preposition, at. What do you think? No, it's not on. No, because you have Monday. No. If we have next or last or this, so we don't need prepositions. So I am leaving next Monday. I am leaving, or I left last Monday, or I am leaving this Monday. So if we have next, last, this, we don't need preposition. So the answer is yes, no preposition. Next, we lived in Dubai 2003, 2010. From to or from until. both are correct. We have 2 dates, 2 points of time in the past. So we say from, until, or from to. From 2003 until 2010, or from 2003 to 2010. I'll show you the evidence after some time. I fell asleep the film. This is going to be during the film. I fell asleep during the film. أثناء الفيلم. I went for a swim. I went for a swim. The sea, of course. Which one? In the sea, over the sea, on the sea, with the sea. Of course, in the sea. And I'll show you the evidence after we finish with the prepositions. The car is waiting. The traffic light. The traffic light. In, so is it inside the traffic light? In the bulb? On the traffic light? Like a bird? At the traffic light? Above the traffic light? Above? Like a helicopter? Or a plane? No, of course, it's at. We say at the traffic light. At the door. He is standing at the door. At your desk. You are sitting at your desk. So this is something like opposite to. I have read about the accident, the newspaper. In the newspaper, at, on, over. Of course, it's in the newspaper. So it's in an article, inside an article. There wasn't, or there weren't, many people. The party. Some people may choose other options, but the correct one is going to be on the party, at the party, over the party, under the party. It's at. At the party. We say at the party, at the concert, at the football match. The office is the first floor with the floors. What do we use? In, at, with, on. Yes, on the first floor, we say. On the first floor. What time did you arrive? Arrive takes 2 prepositions. At, with buildings like hotel, school. We say arrived at school, arrived at hospital, arrived at the station. So this is at. And it takes arrive in with big places like cities and countries. We arrived in London. They arrived in New York. Where is this evidence? It's also found in the book. And it's found in the dictionary. If you go to the dictionary, you will find it. But I'll show you after we finish the prepositions. What time did you arrive? At the hotel. Why at? It's followed by a building, small place. The 3 pictures have been hung. The bed. علقت اللوحات فوق السرير طبعا. On دي محطوطة فوق السرير مباشرة دي. أمال وين هننام احنا؟ In bed ده متغطية كمان بالبطانية. In like he is lying in bed. Into دي داخلة في السرير. إنما طبعا above دي معناها في مستوى أعلى at a higher level of something. يبقى نقول above. So the pictures have been hung above the bed، يعني على مستوى أعلى من السرير على الحائط يعني. A man came the house and got a car. يبقى خرج من البيت ركب في سيارة. يبقى out of، a man came out of the house and got into a car. Into a car. Some people have asked me about the difference between in and into. In, when you speak about something that is already in or somebody who is already in. So I ask you, where is your mobile phone? You say, it's in my handbag. But I say, take care. Don't forget your mobile. Put it into your handbag. So, into has got movement. Into فيها حركة. هنحط الموبايل داخل الشنطة فيها حركة. Put the mobile into. إنما الموبايل موجود already داخل الشنطة بنقول in the bag. ما فيها حركة. وكذلك out of فيها حركة. ما الرجل خارج من البيت فيها حركة. Out of. طب where is he now? He is out. Okay. Be careful. Don't fall your bike. Fall around, fall at, fall in, fall off. طبعا off. لأن off فيها انتزاع انفصال. بنقول the plane took off. أقلعت الطائرة يعني انخلعت من الأرض. طب ما نكون طالعين رحلة نقول we set off early in the morning، يعني انفصلنا عن بيتنا، انفصلنا عن مدينتنا. طيب لما يكون عندنا إجازة من المدرسة بنقول tomorrow is off، لأن هنكون بعيد عن المدرسة. يبقى off فيها انفصال. نقول take off your coat and sit down، اخلع معطفك. يبقى كمان هنا البايك لما نكون راكبينها بنكون ملتصقين بيها، بس لما نسقط من على البايك بننفصل عنها. يبقى be careful, don't fall off your bike. You can't get there by car. You have to go foot. So which one? Yes, of course. We say by car, by taxi, by bus, and we say on foot. So you can't get there by car. You have to go on foot. طب في ناس يقولوا in تشتغل مع car it's okay. لا، لما نحط a car، لما نحط the car، لما يكون في فاصل بين ال preposition وبين كلمة car بقول in a car، in the car. اوكي. انما car بس من غير in، من غير a قبلها او the يبقى ما تنفع الا by bus. انما اقول on the bus، on a bus. طبعا الاشياء العاليه بنقول on، والاشياء المنخفضه زي car بنقول in. يعني بنقول on the train لان بنطلع له لفوق عالي. on board of a plane بنطلع للطائره on the bus. انما الكار والتاكسي بننزل لتحت. يبقى in the car، in the taxi. انما by مع كل الوسائل بدون a وذا. نقول by car، by bus، by plane. انما foot ابدا ما تاخد الا on foot. Next, Mark is thinking a new car. Thinking of preposition حرف جر. And we have said before that after prepositions in, on, at, for, of, by, with, without, while, when, before, after all the prepositions we need a noun. محتاجين اسم. طب ما عنديش اسم، ما عنديش education، ما عنديش اي noun عندي، ما عنديش adventure. كيف اجيب الناون من الفيرب by؟ we add ing، بس نضيف ing للفعل by يشتري. الاسم منها الشراء ing، يبقى buying. read يقرأ. reading القراءة. and so on. يبقى Mark is thinking of buying. I am interested in buying. I am fond of buying. I can have a car without buying. While buying the car, I met my old friend. So after prepositions بعد حرف الجر يأتي الفعل زائد ing. The last sentence, rearrange the following words to make a correct sentence. And the EMSAT exam, we have 5 sentences like this to rearrange. We have that, new, everyone, completing, this, would, require, effort, a considerable task. Okay, take 2 minutes to think of the answer, then I will help you. What do you think the answer for this sentence is? So I will help you by combining some collocations together, some words that come together. For example, this is going to be used with task. This task. And I say a considerable effort. They come together. And I would use would helping verb with require. Would require. And knew can be combined with that. Knew that. I knew that. You are a good student. I think it's easier now. Got it? Let's try. So we need a subject at the beginning. So I say everyone. So this is the subject. Then the verb knew. Then that. Then completing. Then this. Then task. Then would. Then require. Then a significant. And the last word, effort. Everyone knew. Everyone knew that completing this task would require a significant effort. Okay, so before we finish this class, let's go to essential grammar in use. I have promised you to show you the evidence of the prepositions, and starting from unit 103, here we are. These are the prepositions. So we say at 8 o'clock, at 10:30, at midnight, on Sunday, Monday, etc., on the 25th day of April, on the 6th day of June, on New Year's Day, in April, June, in 2013, 1988 or 1988, in summer, spring, autumn, fall, at the weekend, and on the weekend, at night, at Christmas without day, but we say on Christmas Day, at the end of, at the moment, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, on Monday morning. We have two words. Monday takes on, morning takes n. We choose on for Monday. On Tuesday afternoon, and so on. When we have this last, next, every, we don't need a preposition. Are you going out this evening? So no preposition. In 5 minutes means after 5 minutes. So if I go to an exercise like this, I always feel tired in the evening. Will you be at home this evening? So this is what? This is nothing. This is no preposition. Look, right? At, on, in, if necessary. Sometimes the sentence is already complete. أحيانا الجملة كاملة. And no word is necessary. مش محتاجين preposition. So last summer, no preposition. Will you be at home this evening? No preposition. We went to France last summer? No preposition. Zero preposition. And so on. Of course, you have got a lot of units covering prepositions. Look, from to and from until, the same. From 2003 until 2010. From 2003 to 2010, the same. We have before or after with during the film, and while. We have in, at, on, places. We said at the bus stop, at the door, at the traffic lights, at her desk. لمقابل، بمحاذاة. وعندنا طبعا on. We have at, we say at home without any prepositions. At school, at work. We say on a bus, but we say by bus. To, in, at, places. We go home, we come home, we walk home without to. So home doesn't take to, never. I am tired, I am going home. Arrive and get. Arrive in, هذه مكان كبير قلنا, a country or town. Arrive in Italy, arrive in Paris. إنما arrive at the other places اللي هي مباني. Arrive at the station, arrive at work, and so on. So under, behind, opposite, and this is above. A is above the line, higher than the line. So the pictures are above the shelves, like above the bed, and so on. So you can complete this yourself. This is a very important and useful resource, which is called Essential Grammar in Use, and it's available online as a PDF. It's from Cambridge, and it's very, very useful. So you need to go through the different units of this book for more details. So now we come to the end of our class today. Thank you very much, and see you inshallah next class, in class number 7. And in class number 7 we are going to cover vocab inshallah, and maybe writing. Thank you very much, and see you then. Mr. Ahmed Abdelfattah.